The article I'll be analyzing today is Urban Students' Perceptions of the School Environment's Influence on Violence by Johnson, Burke, and Gillen. This article appears in the April 2012 edition of National Association of Social Workers, and researchers wanted to know what social and physical environment had an influence on school violence and students' perception of safety in their own schools. The independent variable for this study was that the students' responses to the questioning, while the dependent variable would have been the violence in the schools. The researchers predicted that if high school students responding to the study have negative opinions about their school systems, then there's probably more violence in the schools. The researchers' method used for this study was concept mapping and surveying high school students through 3 90-minute session interviews. 2 public high schools from the urban school system were chosen, with 90% of the students being African American and more than 60% of the student body being eligible for free or reduced price lunches, thus putting most of the students in a lower social class. All English-speaking students were eligible to participate in this study, and they participated in 3 interview sessions with Johnson, one being a statement generation, the second being sorting and rating said opinions into data analysis, and then representation and interpretation of their opinions. The students were very well informed about what the survey was asking, and since all the students were in high school, they were below the age of consent, so permission forms had to be sent home and returned by their parents' signatures. This is a potential issue with researching because the method that they used of this topic is very traumatic and emotional for the students, especially when being asked about how they felt about the safety in their own schools. The article stated nothing about whether the researchers asked these questions in a sensitive manner or not. The element of this study that would have mostly likely interested a sociologist would have been the environmental issues here, like the urban setting and mostly African American population, and the students all from a lower class. The aspect of this article that would have interested a psychologist is the particular race of the students being 90% black, and the students interviewed still felt like they were discriminated against in their own schools, and this can leave a majority of the students feeling physically and especially psychologically damaged. A different research method that could have been used is the participant observation, and the researchers could have watched the student in a natural environment, and they could have had a more honest and unbiased research data, although this method isn't entirely ethical. The secondary article I collected was community organizations' involvement in school safety planning doesn't make a difference with school violence, and that was written by Patton in the March 2011 issue of Social Work Journal. This article, I found that schools that have parented social and cultural groups generally have less violence in the school systems. Together, these articles offered a great amount of evidence supporting the idea that there's more violence in urban schools without effective safety plans, social group, and adult supervision. Thank you.